So this is where some of the, I guess, discrepancies come in, I think I want to say. So I'm going to use this foam block, taking a couple of things apart. Somebody had mentioned, you know, it's nice to see that they have upper and lower control arms. You're right. You're right. Total freedom of movement. This is part of the issue. So what I think is almost like they used diff lube. I mean, the return rate, I mean, granted, when the shock is free, it operates, but the shock fluid, either the shock fluid is just ultra thick or, yeah. So I had initially said, wow, these shocks look great. There's, again, a little bit of a discrepancy. I don't know if you can see the hole there. So the hole just goes into the shaft, and there's nothing, there's no eyelet, there's no nothing that prevents or helps accentuate the movement of the shock. So I'm not saying like it was tight, but when you look here, I'll show you. When you look there, see how when you look at, going forever, crack a tile. See when you look in here, right here? So if this fastener is too tight going in, it's going to cause binding. So that's a negative. What I also noticed was the other springs that they gave, most likely it's a longer spring. What I was going to do is just pull things apart, and again, they cheaped out, so you can see, just drilled holes, nothing preventing wear, like there's no like little ball. The ball is sometimes what helps keep equal spacing, because like if you crank this one, granted this one's not going to crank down. See it's a threaded thing there. See how it's one of these things? So it's got the threads on this end, so you're not going to be able to over tighten the shock, at least on the lower portion, which is right there. You're not going to be able to over tighten that. They did have it on the outer hole, which what that does is that's going to give less suspension. Yeah. I am going to run this car the way they've got it, but it was just kind of like pulling things apart, realizing like you're not pulling this spring off. See, you're not pulling this off. Like you're literally taking this entire thing off because there's no lower cup. So you're going to have shock pliers to grab a hold of the shaft to be able to spin this off. And a lot of times, I mean, I'm looking at red stuff in there. You see in there? See that red? Dude, that looks like red Loctite. So it's either leaking shock juice, like they have red fluid in here, or that's red Loctite. I'm not positive, and the only way to do this is to just totally disassemble this thing. So you got to take off this bottom section in order to replace the spring. See what I'm saying? Like they oddly did weird, cheap things. Like shock looks great till you get down to it and realize if you over tighten, like see, look at that. Look at it right there. What are we looking at right there? Now come on, in there. Looks like the fastener was rubbing just from the minimal amount. Yeah, it definitely was. You can actually see threads. So, yeah. Oh, look at that. Must have been on this side. Look at that. Yeah. I don't know, man. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, but there's definitely some things that they're going to have to figure out. The other thing, this is a 4S rated tire. That is probably the tire that this vehicle should have. These tires really are too small. They're also extreme. It does have, definitely has foam in it. I wasn't feeling the foam, I think, because I was squeezing it. I don't know, maybe my hands are just being too rough. But when you feel like this tire, it just has, this has more substance to it. And this is a 4S 17 millimeter hex tire. So I might do the swap only because it looks like the wheel wells are almost more designed for a tire of this size. Like, I mean, look at the difference. Look at the difference in width. And then that's sitting pretty much level in the bottom. And look at the difference. So this might be the tire to go with. This is a Red Cat. This is the TR tire from Red Cat. TR? Yeah, TR. Not the MT. This is the Valkyrie TR 4S rated tire, which does run 6S, no problem. The body. Very thin plastics. Like, I mean, I call them the plastic because it's kind of what it is. Flexing plastic. Very thin, very cheap sounding when it's on the RC car. It also does have a scoop right there. See? I'm not sure what that scoop is going to do, but it does have a scoop. But when the RC is on the vehicle, it has a very cheap sound. Did I say what these springs were? So, like, these springs are a higher rate spring. But like I said, yeah, I must have said it. You could tell. Like, the coil windings compared to the coil windings here. Granted, there probably is some compression going on. It's not a lot. But it's a shame that you have to totally take off this whole bottom end with the use of shock pliers, because you don't want to damage the shock rod by using like the wrong things. So yeah, kind of a oddity. You know what I'm saying? Like oddities. So I'm gonna see what else I can find here. I think what I want to do is I just want to run this thing. I am going to fully charge these packs right here. I'm not going to use the 6-hour charger that they provided. Here's another thing I just kind of wanted to bring out, okay, because, you know, some people get on me about things, whatever. XT60, okay? This is a 6S 1/8 scale RC. Does anybody remember what car this came from? This was from the 10208. Plug's coming off. This was from the 10208 MJX. This is a Sifu battery, 5,000, okay? 5,000, 35C, 30C. I was saying, like, it's weird. But then they have the same connectors. So a 1/10 scale RC running, I feel, the appropriate connectors, and then a 1/8 running, I guess, the appropriate connectors for a 1/8 scale RC. That's what I was talking about in the other video. Definitely not going to use the 6-hour charges they provided. Charges through the balance port. Probably the safest way to go, but yeah, nah, dude. Charging one of these batteries with one of these things, dude, it'd take like 6 hours. So this is the charger that I'm going to use right here. This is Old Faithful. So between this and the T200 Duo, so I think, what is this? This is the T400 Duo and the T200 Duo with the octopus leads. Isn't that funny, though? Look at that. So it's got the XT60 EC, I think you can see that right there, EC3. So it's at the EC3. That's kind of what the XT60 is here. Find a thing there. Is that it? XT60. But you can see there's no XT90 on this one. So supposedly these carry more current. XT90 right there. That's on the multi-octopus. This is on the cheapo one that kind of came with that. This is the one to get because it's got everything. You have to, like, remember, I'm going to do the impressive walk as I talk. You have to remember, so this is a $400 RC that gives you 2 batteries. So 2 Lipo batteries. So you're running 6S. Granted, it is the XT 60s, but whatever. You could use an adapter and use them on some other stuff, and it is only a 30C battery. But that's where I was talking about in the other video, where it's almost like they're self-limiting their own stuff. And you have to wonder, why are they doing that? Why are they cutting the weird corners? Is that because they wanted to test it out? And why go all in, you know, with giving, you know, press-in ball links for the shocks and all this, you know what I'm saying? Like, why give, you know, a higher quality tire? Why this, why that? They did give a good motor. It's a 427 full bolt main big block. That's a good thing. Radio is cheap as SHI. So it's like, is it usable? Now we're gonna find out. All right, so let's see. Got the meter here. Let's see what these things are coming at, fresh out of the box for charge. So we've got 59% on this battery. So we've got 3.89, 3.88, 3.91. So that's I mean, very slightly overcharged. I mean, not overcharged, but I mean, yeah, it's fine. What I meant was it's not in storage charge, like the specific 3.4 or 3.2 or however you have yours set. So this one is also 59. So maybe that's what they want their batteries at, because that was pretty much, last cell was the 9, first 2 cells were the 8s. So it's charge these things up. They're basically slightly half charged, or they're slightly over half charged. Throw them on the charger and get these things ripping. This is what I meant by slightly more than half charged. So here's channel 2 with those batteries are showing across the board. Basically exactly what it said, because that's the one that plugged in first. Then this one right here, channel 1, same thing. And I've got my batteries charging at 12 amps. That's what I do all the time. I am not recommending or telling you that that's what you should do, but that's what I do. Because those charges only feed the batteries what they'll take anyway. At least that's been my experience. Put it on 12 amps, and if it only takes 3, it takes 3. If it takes all 12, you get a Lipo fire. Let's check it out. So, going to hit the back. So you can see 8.3 amps is what it's currently at. That one right there, same thing. So it's set at 12, it's only taking 8. So, there you go. I know I brought this up before, but dude, this lug wrench, this thing is real, dude. This is actually awesome. This probably has just become my favorite 17mm lug wrench. Isn't that wild? Hosim, dude, you guys made an unbelievable piece of tool to go ahead and take these tires and wheels off. Just another slight little negative. So do you see what I don't see? Okay. Leave a comment down below. This is the wheel nut off at the front. What do you see that I don't see? Do you see what I don't see? Back of the wheel, actually not bad. The thickness of the plastic. So the thickness of the plastic actually looks pretty good. Even the thickness of the hex, and technically the way this is seemingly designed, it does look like it has a centerized offset, or really close to it. So you see how deep it is there, and see how it's kind of like coming out in there. So, but tires look good. Now that it's off, feels a little bit better, but it still does have that layover sidewall. Not sure if it's going to survive, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. See what I'm saying? See how that tire looks on there versus this little bicycle tire that they got there? So bicycle tire, 4S meat from Redcat. So this might be a tire to get. We'll see. We'll see if the body can handle it. It did look like the body could handle these size tires, but that was just a visual appearance before I even grabbed the tire. But you can see the difference. Got the two tires up against each other. You can see the difference in size. Slightly bigger, slightly wider, but I feel as though it might work. Again, we'll see. And then another thing I did just check, because I was here, I did check the other three, and all the wheel nuts were essentially loose. I was able to get an additional squeak with the use of this awesome 17mm wrench. Dude, if Hosim sells these, like, separately, I'd say just buy this, dude. It's... buy this for your other RC cars. I mean, this thing is a tank, dude. I mean, what the heck were they thinking when they put this beautiful piece of tool in this kit? Yeah, RC Guy Garage merch shop. It's got these super cool SKYRC GPS holders. You can buy it without the Velcro. Multiple colors. There's also the HD version of this thing. If you feel like you're an absolute animal basher and you want to protect your SKYRC little GPS unit a little bit better, even if you're into the speed running, these things do fine. The other ones are just like the ultimate gussets and thicker and better, and I don't know, better, but just thicker, more money. That's right, you heard it. They cost more money. But if you're at that level of bashing, you've got more money. And just to show you, SKYRC, RC Guy Garage GPS unit. Look at that. Dude, look at that thing. Doesn't that look translucent? It's because it's translucent filament. But doesn't that look mint? Protects your SKYRC GPS in the event of a crash. Keeps it secure and comes in multiple colors. Look at that. Look at that thing gleaming. So here's something that people might want to know. Will this thing actually fit a real 6S battery pack? These TENACITY Rapids, I'm really liking these. So let's see if it fits. We'll put the Rapid facing up. And no. Okay, we'll go the other way. And yes, it does. Okay, so a real deal 6S pack will fit. You can see the battery tray, the way the battery tray is designed. If you look in there, you can see it's got like the stair step. So the wires are coming out on this side, and I'm pretty sure that's probably why they have it designed that way. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's the way they have it designed. But the wires, the power wires, kind of bump out and come down a little bit too far to fit. But once you flip the pack the other way, you can see that there's room. This is also why you buy one of these chargers. So where are we looking at here? So we are almost fully charged, and what was it? So far it's only been 14 minutes, so pretty close. And then this one has been 14 minutes, and cell is almost fully charged. So another couple minutes, and let's see. Let's show you how many amps it's sucking in now. See? 2.1 amps. It adjusts to what the battery wants. See? 3 amps. I just really want to put on these springs, like seriously. These are definitely the bigger, better spring that this thing needs. And literally seconds later, so you could see end of charge, 15 minutes and 25 seconds, and the cell fully charged. 100% across the board. Yeah, we got a 1.9, but that's fully charged. Cell 2, that one is actually still going. 17 minutes. It's only taking 0.7 amps, so it must be really close. Yeah. So that last one cell is at 4.16. We're just going to let that one marinate for a little bit and see what happens. And just to show you, so I got this right here. Let me zoom in here. So this is the Rapid 6.0, okay? This battery has been charged, left outside in the cold, the rain, garbage weather for, I don't know, a month or something like that. We're at 6 minutes and something seconds. It's literally about ready to be 100% done. We're sitting at 99%. It's going to pop up to 100, and Yeah, this, yeah, don't charge like I do. And then the other thing too was this pinion. So there's your little screw there to, I believe, probably for being able to take the pins out. That's an old style, but look at that. That's actually a metal center diff case. So that's kind of cool. But the pinion that's in here, pretty confident that that is a dirt pinion, not the high-speed pinion. Yeah, I did want to bring up one other thing that I had noticed but didn't say anything about. The fact that the back of the can is supported is probably a necessary thing with the way this is possibly designed, but it's a good thing. So the back of the back of the can is actually supported. Yeah, not being a manual reader, I am finding some pretty interesting stuff in this manual. From what I think I'm reading here, okay, it is showing their charger charging through the balance port of an 11.1 volt battery, right? I mean, maybe I've got things wrong, but this is saying the USB charger does not apply current bigger than 4 amps. When input current is bigger than 4 amps, the USB charger will start up protection mode. All the lights will turn off. Now, granted, this does say 5,000 milliamp hour, but isn't that kind of like, is that technically exceeding? Or is this not the way math is mathing here? Like, technically, the charger that they supplied, is it going to just go into protect mode trying to charge this 5,000 milliamp pack? Inquiring minds want to know. I think running a single 6S pack or a single 4S pack is gonna be the way to go. I mean, this is, you can go this way, but these batteries, dude, and the way the straps are laid out, the straps are like, almost seems like the straps are too far apart. Almost feel like they would have been better with 2 straps and maybe the one going this way or a different battery tray design. Because these straps in the end, I feel like in a crash, I feel like the end of the battery pack is going to flip out. So it would have been nice if the straps were like in these locations here, kind of like more centerized to the battery and then have that strap going across. But these batteries, like, we're doing that that song, Splish Splash, I was taking a bath. Like, I mean, literally, these things were slipping all over the place. And also you're dealing with the double wiring extra junk and garbage that kind of can suffocate things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's a different way I could have done this. Maybe I could have routed that this way and whatever, but that isn't necessarily always the way you're going to do things. So we'll just stuff that in there and put the body on. It let out a heck of a nice little spark pop. So thing is ready to go. Might sound funny saying this, but so I was kind of looking over this manual here while the battery is topping off for the Mojarco. Yeah, it's Mojarco, guy. Not Mojarco. Mojarco. Just kind of like you don't call a fajita, you call it a fajita. Because that's how it's spelled, fajita. All right, so this was what I came across right away. Like, it's weird, like, when you open up a manual, right, and you thumb it, and the thumb goes through multiple pages without you even doing it. It goes straight to page 5, and it tells you something that I don't really like. So, can you see that? Do you see what I don't see? What does that say right there? Tighten the wheel nuts before each running session and periodically check the tightness of the wheel nuts while you are running. I mean, it does show the wheel wrench in there, showing you which direction you would tighten the driver's side or passenger side, front wheel, whichever, you know, place you're from, whether if you're from across the pond or you're over here. But it is funny how my thumb literally opened to a page where I was talking about something in, yeah, the wheel nuts, the not serrated wheel nuts. This is dumb. It's not a very smart thing. You could have like got rid of this whole page if you put serrated wheel nuts on it, or maybe if you put thread lock. I'd recommend thread lock if these are the ones you want to keep, or buy a serrated wheel nut and replace the ones that come on it. I just don't like the fact that it says while running the thing, periodically check for tightness. It kind of tells you like, dude, Loctite? Like, I mean, if that's Loctite in there, and they didn't put Loctite on there, that's kind of stupid. So we'll see. Again, this is Hosim's first like iteration of a larger scale RC, and it's not horrible for the price. We'll see. Is it going to be worth it? Pain over pleasure. Such a premium RC deserves nothing but the best in premium batteries. So we're going to go ahead and install 4 of these amazingly awesome Berkeley and Jensen AA batteries into that remote. I'm supposed to get these out. Hey, here we go. Hey, power's on. So we got a red light, and we have a flashing green, probably just waiting for the RC car. So let's, before we take this out, let's make sure this thing actually fires up. The switch on top of the ESC is actually kind of cool. Whoa. So it recognized. Okay, well that servo is not bad. Slow, but probably torquey. So let's see. Yeah, it does the job. All right, so we're going backwards. You see that? You see that, right? So it's going backwards. So it's to switch that. There we go. That was funny. Did I switch that? At least that's correct. Whoa. Oh! It's got a weird delay. Let's make sure it brakes. Okay, it's got brakes, and we got reverse. All right, ready to go. This probably doesn't have anything to tell you that you left a remote on. Because of the type of RC this is, and with the size wheels and tires, it's not a stairway machine. Definitely not a stairway machine. Tires obviously just, in my opinion, these tires are too small. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. So, suspension, everything this thing is factory. So, I'm leaving it factory because I want to see what is this thing. I forgot to look up what PC trim was. It's all the way jacked up. So throttle, PC, wait a minute. FR trim. Front trim? FR. I didn't think of that. Forward reverse, right? I mean, maybe it does stairs. It looks so weird. Ooh, it's very peppy. Turning radius is not bad. It looks like a pancake, dude. It looks like ultra wide. So turning radius is actually pretty damn good. Under 0 power. probably gonna get pushed. So the buttons being so tiny, I like the big buttons from the other radio. There's another radio I got that I might try and see if it binds with this here, so. But I wanted to see. Got telemetry? Yeah. Alright. So there we go. Alright, so we'll put this here. Traditional kind of thing. And we'll see what this thing's got. So, track, start. Very, like I said, it's very peppy. Just because of that pinion gear and 6S. This might not be bad. Alright, 4-wheel burnout. Wow, dude. Dude, this is a Hosim. And it just did a 4-wheel burnout. Alright, this thing is way faster than I was thinking. Does it have a gyro? Check. Dude, I was thinking it had a gyro. The way it went so straight. Alright, well, let's see what we got. So, I'm not going to do the reactionary. Maybe you could see me in the reflection. Stop. Read. First trigger pull is 37 miles an hour. With all the torque. This thing might be a short course, exactly what it is. Little beast, dude. Brake is ultra touchy. Happens if I turn that all the way down. Okay, so that's what that is. All that is. That's the FR trim is literally just like it adjusts the rate, like the power. So what the hell is PC trim? PC trim is dialing back the steering. So it's a dual rate for the steering. Okay, so PC trim is dual rate for steering. Oh! Oh my god, dude, what? This is a Hosim, dude? Very surprised how quiet this thing is, man. Alright, now that it's warmed up, let's go ahead and go back, start, telemetry. See what we got for max speed, 37 so far. I'm amazed at how straight this thing goes. It's acting like it's got a gyro, but it doesn't. Light bars kind of not super bright. All right. Full trigger. Holy crap. Very hairy. Holy. The brake's weird. The brake, like, dude, it's got like anti-lock brakes that don't let go. That was weird. It was like, it put on the brake so much. The brake is wicked touchy. All right, let's see what we got for speed, man. I'm surprised. It's actually, the shocks are working better than I thought. Stop, read. Did we get faster? 44. 44 out of the box on the regular Pinion. Alright. How is a Hosim this big doing this good? Like, dude, I'm perplexed. See, I'm looking at it. I'm like looking beyond the camera because I'm like looking at that thing going, that thing just acted the way it did? Wow. Surprising. 44. Good enough. Whew. On the pine needles, dude. Look at it. Holy crap. Yeah, this a little rocket. Sensitive is mint. Especially like compared to other vehicles. Oh! It just went over my rock wall. This is what's cool about having the leaves. Sliding on the pine needles is like sliding on ice. Huh. Oh! Wants to stay planted. We haven't rolled it yet. The tires are allowing it to stay planted. Huh. See? It's not rolling. Because the thing's a damn pancake. It's like a friggin' manhole cover. Look at that. I'm almost trying to roll it now. Let's see if I can try and roll it. Ready? Hard walk. Nope. Oh, there we go. All right, so it did get it to roll. Oh, holy leaf collection. Oh my God. It's a collector of debris. That's for sure. I gotta make sure that the poor little diff, not the diff, I gotta make sure that you can hear the fan going. Oh my God. Yeah, it's not breathing. Holy collection. That's a trash collector right there for you. Wow. Alright, I gotta clear this out. So I was able to clear out all the stuff. I could be wrong about this thing, dude. out of the box, man. I mean, for a ground and pound rocket, the way you're supposed to drive a short course RC. What did I just watch? Like, I mean, the hell did I just watch? What'd you just watch? All right. I'm surprised, happy, excited, ready to rip. All of it. I'm all of it right now. I'm on it like a hornet. I don't know. Was I wrong? I mean, it's almost like I was condemning it before I even ran it. But I mean, what my eyes just saw, like I was saying, it's like, it's weird. It's like it works. Steering is a little off right now. See, there's some debris in there. That was weird. So the throttle just stuck. See, it just did it again. Just turned on the dime. Dude, I'm gonna have to take this to a speed jump spot. I have to throw the speed pinion in this thing. Because this isn't even the speed pinion. This thing's a stinking flying manhole cover. It's a flying manhole cover. Might need to get a little bit of tuning on the differentials, but it's doing damn good. Like, I mean, going nice into the turns. Doesn't really want to roll like some RCs I know. What in the hell? What the hell's wrong about these tires? I was wrong about the tires, I was wrong about the suspension, wrong about the whole damn thing. Jeez. No, it's not a jumper the way it's set up, but that's probably what those bigger springs are for. If you wanted to more jump it, if you want to flat track it, like I'm doing right here. If you were to jump this thing on jumps, that's stupid. Like, I mean, the crazy jumps. Because that's not what this is. Holy crap. I think I'm starting to smell some heat. I wouldn't be surprised. Think about what I'm doing to it. But this is a Hosim. How did Hosim do this, dude? Look at that. Look how it slid. Other RCs that I know would have gone into a massive tumble and they're like twice the price. I wish it had the brake lights, like lights got brighter or something when you put on the brakes. That would have been cool. Throttle just got stuck again. That's weird. It like got stuck wide open for a split second. I let off on the throttle and I could still hear it going. I think it has to do with load. Like, has it been happening when I go through the leaves? I mean, look at that. Dude, how did Hosim make something like this? You should see my facial reaction. It does not want to roll. The throttle just did the throttle stick thing again. Should come out of his driveway. Again, like I did before. Come out of his driveway. It's like a little jump kind of into the woods. See if I can do this right. Ah, oh, he's all pine needles. That might not work. Oh! Ah, I did some trimming. Oh, shoot. I did some trimming to the stupid thing here that I've been trying to grow. Oh, what the hell, Hosim, dude? Oh, it's just stuck. Throttle just stuck. You say it got rid of the leaves. That was weird. Why does the throttle thicken? It's doing some weird throttle thing now. Might be like a low cut. Maybe it's getting hot. Let's check it out. Okay. ESC fan's not going. All right, so ESC fan was not going. So it might have got chalked up with stuff. There's all kinds of stuff jammed in there. So it looks like yeah. Okay, ESC fan's not going. And I think that's because too much garbage. Stuff probably got in there and stopped the fan. There's a whole bunch of SHI in there. So, just like the instructions said, pay attention to where you're driving it. Motor's not even working, dude. Like, I mean, it's got some warmth, but that ain't nothing. I'm wicked surprised what I'm seeing here. All right, I gotta get the, I gotta get my Cal RC blower and blow this thing.